I guess in Canada, rugby rules are meant to be broken or something. This particular video remains our most viewed report of 2023. It went viral the world over, garnering about 1.2 million views on YouTube alone. More than 99% of the comments are against this nut bar injuring women on the rugby pitch. It's a landslide. It was jarring not due to the profanity or even the physical assaults I endured. That's just another day at the office, really. No, I was completely unprepared for the indoctrination on display, which is to say, it appeared that virtually all of Ash's teammates were all in when it comes to the preposterous idea that a so-called trans woman is a real woman. Reflecting back on the weird and wacky year that was, I've been tasked to come up with the one story out of so many that stands out as, well, the most memorable. And I think for me, that one exceptional story would be our visit to Fergus, Ontario last July in order to scrum the most infamous rugby player in the world. That would be Tommy Davis, aka Ash Davis. As you're likely aware, Mr. Davis plays for the Fergus Highlanders women's team, women's rugby team that is. He clearly is a male. In fact, unlike that other gender-bending grifter, and I speak of shop teacher Kerry Lemieux, Davis doesn't even make an effort to look female. Indeed, no fake boobs, no wig for this guy. Rather, he sports an Adam's apple. Male pattern baldness is setting in, and it's impossible to ignore those leg muscles. The fact that this presumably mentally ill individual is being accommodated by Rugby Ontario and Rugby Canada is egregious from the get-go, especially since biological men playing on a team of biological females is against the rules of the sport's international governing body, and that would be World Rugby. Oh well, whatever. I guess in Canada, rugby rules are meant to be broken or something. This particular video remains our most viewed report of 2023. It went viral the world over, garnering about 1.2 million views on YouTube alone. More than 99% of the comments are against this nut bar injuring women on the rugby pitch. It's a landslide. But our visit to Fergus in July also made for the most jarring experience of the year for me. It was jarring not due to the profanity or even the physical assaults I endured. That's just another day at the office, really. No, I was completely unprepared for the indoctrination on display, which is to say, it appeared that virtually all of Ash's teammates were all in when it comes to the preposterous idea that a so-called trans woman is a real woman. It was astonishing. Women's sports are currently under attack by loser males, and the victims, i.e. biological females, support this ambush? Oh yeah. Here, check out the video evidence. Hey, Mr. Davis, Ash, why are you doing this? I'm David Menzies, Rebel News.
Hi. No, you're not really a part of this. We're having a team chat now.
Okay, so I'm just trying to ask some questions, ma'am.
But this is not the appropriate time for
that. Why are you allowing a biological male to compete against female players?
I'm not going to have a conversation with you.
Well, I'll talk to Ash then. Ash, do you take joy in injuring female rugby players? Are you lacking the skills to play with male players where you should be? You're a biological male, aren't you?
I got you. Okay.
No,
I'm right here. Thank you, sir.
No,
Mr. Ash, are you a misogynist?
Yeah. Coming with me? Please leave your keys back.
Hey, watch it. You'll be charged with assault.
A child. Would you mind leaving?
Mr. Ash, the governing body for rugby, World Rugby, says men should not compete.
Trans lives matter.
Wow, really?
All lives
Human rights matter.
You don't have a problem.
You can leave now.
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
Issue.
No, thank you.
This is a human rights issue.
Oh, okay then.
We live in Canada. All rights, human rights for everybody.
What?
Trans matter.
What about the?
Trans rights matter.
That you are traumatizing my family
I'm traumatizing them. Why? What happened?
because my kids get to see people like you crying because of things.
I'm surprised.
need you in our
As a mother, why would you expose your kids to a
Because
massage?
that is my partner. That is my wife that you are being.
So he's a lesbian?
So I'm gonna just ask you guys,
Why?
please. Yeah.
What? Do you think it's okay for him to injure biological women?
So I'm not gonna answer any of your questions. And I'm
Then
not gonna
have a nice day.
I need
Human rights. Human rights.
What about the human rights of biological women being injured by this man?
Human rights.
What about the biological rights of the?
Charter of Rights and Charter of Rights and Humans matter. Human rights matter.
Well, why do we
Human
have?
rights, no.
Why do we have separate
Human
categories
rights
for male
matter.
and female sports?
Human rights matter. You're being asked to leave. Human
That's
rights
right. It's a public
matter.
park, ma'am.
Human rights.
Can I call you
matter.
ma'am?
Humans rights matter. All people in Canada have rights.
What about the
Charter
rights of
and
biological
freedoms.
women getting injured by
Charter
this
rights
man?
and freedoms.
You should keep your distance because you're not welcome.
Yeah,
making an
I'm in a public
unsafe
park.
territory.
Okay, unsafe? I think he's making it unsafe for biological women. Ash, why? Do you get? Is this a fetish? Do you?
Rights.
Ash, do you enjoy? Do you enjoy?
Human rights matter.
That's all you can yell.
Human rights matter.
Tell that to the injured woman.
Matter. Their rights matter.
No, I think you.
Their rights matter.
to call the police.
Oh,
Their
okay,
rights
fine. Call the
matter.
police.
So riddle me this, folks. What is more egregious? That a biological male, contrary to the rules, is allowed to play rugby on the female rugby team and injuring biological female opponents in the process? Or the fact that biological females rally around this malicious man? And that's the thing, isn't it? These poor young women, they've been completely indoctrinated. They've been brainwashed. They are akin to a flock of chickens marching in the street in support of Colonel Saunders. What happened? Where are the feminists hiding? Where's Billie Jean King when you really, really need her? Indeed, at the end of the day, these gals in Fergus have been led to believe that supporting a fake woman is all about embracing equity, diversity, and inclusion. It's so incredibly sad to see how delusional they've become. For if anyone believes that a man should compete against real women and injure them in the process, well, this is not about equity, diversity, and inclusion. Rather, this is garden variety misogyny. And the question arises, in the years and perhaps decades to come, how do we as a society unravel this far left brutal brainwashing of our youth? How do we reclaim normalcy before perversity actually becomes the norm? We need your help to bring you the other side of the story. Please go to rebelfieldreports.com. That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.